landowner was driven largely from a floodwater standpoint. This is a field that has flooded out in the past, and this practice was a way that we could come in and help those landowners alleviate some of that flood problems. We have approximately doubled the flood storage capacity of this ditch with this practice, so we have achieved that original goal by that landowner. From a county surveyor standpoint, they're very interested in the capabilities of the two-stage ditch to reduce long-term maintenance costs. So when you think about how this practice functions in terms of being able to sort out sediment loads during a high flow event, as well as maintain those low flow channels within there to flush the system. They are happy with how the ditch is performing, and we can see in some areas to where that sediment storing is already starting to occur, as far as some of your sands and silts being deposited up on the floodplain bench rather than staying there in that primary channel and losing capacity to that sediment buildup. Another important consideration on this project was that Boyle's Ditch currently is listed on the state's 303D list of impaired streams. And one of the specific impairments of Boyle's Ditch is an impaired biotic community. So the two-stage ditch practice and placing it in this location was kind of made under the intent that would allow a better aquatic community to develop after having this in. We're a year and a half, almost 2 years after the project's been completed. We do have some historic data that we're going to use to try to reference some of those trends and improvements. But still, it's a fairly young project, and we haven't seen any of that habitat start to develop as of now, or nothing really that we can tease out of the data at this point. This was the first two-stage ditch that went in, and it was completed in the summer of 2011. Here, the primary drivers behind this project were largely a flood storage and floodwater control, and that's been an immediate benefit of this practice. Since the construction's been completed, we have increased flood storage on this section of Boyle's Ditch, which is also a county-regulated drain. But it has also spurred some interest from other landowners here in the county. So we've had some other discussions about placing two-stage ditches in other applications. And here the drivers have been varied. Some of these landowners are interested in bank stabilization. So they have large bank failures that are taking away either ground or threatening to lose equipment during daily or seasonal operations. So that's been kind of a different goal or a different application of that two-stage or a different driver. One of the benefits or one of the strengths, I think, of this two-stage practice is that it's able to address a lot of different goals and objectives. And in terms of when we as conservation staff go out and talk to those landowners, that's what I kind of rely on or stand on, is that yes, we can have the floodwater benefits in terms of flood storage. Yes, we can have the bank stabilization benefits in terms of reducing erosive flows during high water events. When we talk to the county surveyor there, the main interest is reducing long-term storage. And yes, we can have that benefit too. So kind of with one practice, you can address a multitude of objectives or goals.
Well, we had a couple goals. This ditch was originally a regular V-bottom ditch, and this area was pastured by cattle, and they had broken down the ditch banks quite a bit. So the goal was to get the livestock out of the ditch and to stabilize the ditch banks. So through the two-stage process, we not only have increased our water quality, but we're looking at reducing the maintenance on this section of the regulated drain. The main advantages that we're hoping to obtain is the reduction of maintenance costs and an improvement in the water quality of our streams.